Melissa is asking, what's the evaluation criteria for selecting a project and how do you measure the success of the project and its impact?
Very good question. So typically we're looking at 6 criteria before we invite them towards into a bootcamp. So the and the criteria, there's kind of key criteria, and then there's like kind of second layer. But like, so we're looking into, for instance, what's the innovation level, what could be the impact potential if you scale it, how strong is the team, and this is based also on the learning that we've had over the last 3 years. So for instance, we don't like, you still have the same chance of being selected if you, let's say, are active in a smaller country or you have a smaller pilot going on. That's actually not a problem if there is any way or method of how you could get this innovation to scale. So typically, if innovations rely on highly qualified university graduates that you have to put in place to actually scale it, that's usually not a good sign. But if there's a smart way, either from the business model or working with partners or maybe a technology aspect to scale it, it could be very interesting. Now, the team aspect is also important that we learned over time. You do want to make sure that whatever innovation you're selecting, you actually also assess the skills of the team. So when people are in our teams are in our boot camps, we will have seen them for a 1 week period of already. So we usually know very well, like, what's their strength, what are the development areas, how might we as an accelerator actually help them, or do we have partners that could help them? And are we the best partners to actually help them to go to scale? And sometimes the answer to that is no. This goes then to some of the like underlying criteria, which is around, like, does this fit into our strategies in those countries? Is it the right context? In particular, one element we're also looking into is, are those, for instance, like innovations supportive of and promoting gender equality, which we are now doing as a standard criterion for all those innovations. Now, as soon as they're selected and as soon as they're in the sprint program, the way you're evaluating them are based on, in the early stages, more based on learning and progress and in actually validation of assumptions. The more advanced they are, the more it's based on traction. So traction in terms of like number of people reached, the impact that they have, economic viability.